Hello, welcome back to the Mobile Motorbike Mechanic channel. I'm Steve. Today we're heading off to Stratford-on-Avon to go and look at an SV650 for a chap. He said it starts, only runs for a second and then shuts off. So, don't know what that's all about, but we'll see you when we get there. Right folks, here we are, SV650, not 1000, 2003. So, chap's recently had a new fuel pump put in it because it broke down. Oh, there we go, but it cuts out. Cuts out. Cuts out. You can hear the fuel pump going. So I think what's happened is it's dragged a load of rubbish into the injectors. So we'll get the tank up, get the airbox off, get the injectors out, give them a clean and see where we go. These are all loose. Why are they all loose? Someone has been here before us. Let's get a pot in which to put bits. Right. Ta-da! Right, airbox wise, what we got? Up. What the hell? Well, that's not going to be helping matters, is it? Okay, someone's definitely been here before us. Right, let's just undo some electrical bits and pieces. Can't get the bloody things apart. There's one. What is going on here? That's missing. That's not good. Alright. Okay, different. And there's your vacuum lead, vacuum hose that should be on there. What is going on with you? Alright. It's entirely possible somebody's not clearly been in here before us. Right, anyway, injector, there's one, and just trying to see the other one. Oh, the other one's there, just underneath there. So let's see if we can get those out. I wonder if we just need to undo those 4 bolts or screws. We'll lift that out and get the injectors out. Let me see. Do we have enough room to string a cat or not? I suspect not. That's one. That's 2. These are going to be the tricky ones. Yeah. Let's just try it with a bit of brute force and ignorance. There you go. Cool beans. Right. Don't drop anything in the motor. Don't drop anything in the throttle bodies. There. Alright. That's all loose, good stuff. There's one out, and there's the other one out. Oh, they're crusty as hell, aren't they? Oh dear me. Right. Come on, undo, you little beggar. We've got a fuel leak as well, great. That fuel should stop running because fuel pump should shut off the fuel, but that is just running and running and running and running. So I'm going to clamp the fuel line. That should stop it in a minute. Now why won't that come undone? For some reason that will not release. There we go. Make sure the seal stays in there, because they have a tendency of walking. Right, we'll give that a clean up. And whilst we're here, we'll get the other one out. Up you go. Don't lose that seal. Yuck, 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 yuck. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to do these one at a time so we don't get them mixed up. He says, as he just carelessly carries on. Oh, now. Right, I'm going to have to stop that from leaking. Just put a couple more clamps on this to try and stop it pissing fuel out. Slowing. Still not stopped though. Damn it. Oh, it's in there. Right. Okay, there it is. Phew. Our seal that we missed. Right, put that in there. Right, to the back of the van. Okay, we've got our injectors out. So let's get the injector cleaning kit. Right. And people have asked in the past where did I get this kit from, and apart from these bits are available online, but the rest of it I built myself because I couldn't find what I wanted, so I just built it. Right, so what injector size are we with that one? And we are that size, yes. Right, let's have a listen to see if we've got injectors working first. That one works. So let's give it a clean through. That one seems to be working now, which is good news. Let's see about this one. Yeah, don't know if you saw, I don't know if the camera picked that up or not, but when we very first started there were two streams and no like mist. It was just two streams, and then as more and more of the cleaning agent went through, it started to actually look more like a misty spray rather than 2 single jets. Right. Oh. Just going to externally give these a quick clean, and then if anybody comes to the bike later on, they can see that at least someone's done something here. Yeah, look at that, before and after. Looking at damp site cleaner. Beautiful. Much better. So, what we want to do, a bit of rubber grease, and we'll grease up all of the rubbers on the injectors, and we'll also grease the injector seals. First things first, we're going to get this little seal in its home, which is down there. It's bloody difficult to get your hand into, but I don't want it falling out. That's it, it's in its home, and then we can set our injector into that rail. So like I say, that black one we're just going to pop off and set him in. He's all the way down inside there. In. Right, sorted. So then the rear injector we're going to stick on the injector rail. Oh, why the hell is he so difficult to get in? Yeah, that's him. Right. Now we need to get them back in their respective holes, but to do wiring first. No, we'll do wiring next. Oh, sorry, wiring last. So let's get that down in its hole. I'm going to try and not drop that. That's not working, is it? Oh Christ, so much bloody contortion. No, I can't see it properly. Right, a couple of blocks of wood. What I can do is try and get this up as high as possible. There we go, it's a bit more room to work with. Right, now because I've disconnected the fuel line, that's a little bit easier to handle. So let's see if we can get him in there. Oh, it's so difficult to get your head in. Let's see where it's going. Just there, I believe. Come back and do them up properly in a moment. There's something wrong here. Oh, that's that one in. Oh, I see. That's why. Right, okay. Right, now I've got to get that plug onto that injector. Done. Bum bum. You know it's on the wire and it says F on the wiring. So that's for the front. So you can't get them wrong. Right, let me get those 4 done up properly. Done. Okay, get that fuel connector back on there. There we are. And hopefully we can stop fuel going everywhere. Just take the clamps off. Yep, doesn't seem to be leaking. Right. And then get this airbox back in. Do 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 do. Certain things missing here, or at least been unplugged and not plugged back in again. Wasn't plugged on there for a long while, was it? I got a state of it. Let's get you in there. So apparently this has just come from a motorcycle shop, not in the local area, but somewhere down on the south coast. And they've just spent a huge amount of money having a fuel pump fitted. But I don't understand why none of these tubes were attached. Let's go around the other side. A green connector somewhere. There he is. And a couple of tubes. There's one. There's 2. And that one. That one's... Oh, come here, you bloody thing. That one needs to go to the throttle position sensor. That certainly wouldn't have helped, having that get disconnected. Yeah, good. Right. Now we can get the airbox mounted. Let's see what we can do here. That's the front on. And that's the back on. I don't feel like it particularly wants to sit there though. Why don't you want to go in your home? Okay. What's wrong with you? You think it's springing back up again? Is it something catching here? No, I think it just needs a bit of a shove and a tighten up. That's got it. Done. Right. Let's remove the block of wood. Put the stand in. Bum 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 bum. Right. Fuel tank still running. Not convinced. It's entirely possible we've got very little fuel in it and we're running the fuel out with the tank up. So no, I don't think we've fixed the problem there. What do we reckon then? What do we reckon? I reckon that tank's got to come off and we've got to get that fuel pump out. Well, there's no point in just talking about it. Let's get on to it. Right. Camera lady's just made a very, very valid point. And she said, if it's got a fuel pump, surely it shouldn't leak fuel when you take the fuel pipe off the bottom of the fuel tank. 100% correct, it should not leak fuel. Which makes me think the fuel pump has not been fitted correctly. Or there is an issue somewhere with the fuel pump. So I'm taking the fuel tank off, we'll turn it upside down, we'll get that fuel pump out and we'll have a look at it. The only problem I've got is when I disconnect that fuel connector there, I know it's just going to chuck fuel out everywhere. So I'm wondering if I can take it off the fuel rail down at this end instead, which of course I've just now put all back together again. But if I can do it off this end instead, then we can at least clamp the fuel line. Yeah, I've got that end off. So let's put 35 clamps back on this thing. And at least try and stop the fuel chucking out of it. Right, here we go. This is going to be fun. Preparation is key. I'll have that on the floor, ready to put the tank on. That in there, ready to catch any drips. Got the tank unplugged, we've got the bolt out at the back. Let's pull him off. There we go. Right. Here we go. Come on. Right. This should lift off. Good stuff. Now, how far over can we lean it before it starts leaking fuel out of the top of the tank? Don't know. Right, if this hasn't had a new fuel pump in it, well, I might be Chinese. Because to me, that doesn't look new. That's not to say it's had a new fuel pump in it, because it might have had a new fuel pump inside it. But there's no evidence at the moment to suggest that that's a new fuel pump. Like, even to the point, the soundproof sound deadening, I don't think this has even been off, to be perfectly honest. Let me know in the comments what you think. Oh, I've got the bloody thing stuck now. No, I don't think this has ever been off. Right. Because it doesn't have much fuel in, it's not leaking out, which is great news for us. Let's have a look and see what we find. What are we reckoning? That ain't new. Doesn't mean to say the pump inside hasn't been changed, but that ain't new. It's copper slip. It's possible they've changed it. It's entirely possible. Yeah, copper slip all over there. And you don't have copper slip on them from factory. So right, someone's been in there. Okay. We will forgive. But we ain't going to forget because, yeah, copper slip all over them. Oops. Moment of truth. Let's have a look. What was that? What was that? That's just fallen off that. Oh my god. Look in there. What's all that lot? Fuel pressure regulator? Yep. Fuel pressure regulator. There's a lump of plastic in there as well. Ah! What the hell? What the bloody hell? No, don't push it further in. Lump of plastic. Let's have a look and see if there's anything else. No, it doesn't look like there's anything else. We're good. Right, is it leaking out the top? No, it's okay. Right. Okay. Hole. Hole. What the hell has gone on? That's what's happened, I believe. So fuel pressure regulator, once fuel's up to pressure, fuel pressure regulator allows fuel to bypass back into the tank. I think what's happening is initial burst of energy is allowing that allowing enough fuel into the injectors, but anything beyond that and it's giving up the ghost. So that should be clipped on there with that inside it, I believe. That's what's happened. Right. But which way around does that go? That way around or that way around? I'm going to say that way around. So they've possibly fitted a new aftermarket fuel pump within this pump body. But looking at it, it looks like it's too tall to allow the fuel pressure regulator to go in. So what they've done is they've just squidged the fuel pressure regulator around it. Or they didn't clip this back on properly. What do we reckon, folks? Do we reckon that's our issue? That's like a cock in a sock, that is. What do we reckon? Cable tie around that just to make sure that it doesn't come off? Okay. Zip tie around that lot, holding it in. I reckon that's going to be the go. There we go. He's in. Now these holes, if you notice, they are offset, so the orientation will only go one way. You just got to spin it around until you find the right pattern. There you go. And then all 5 line up. Yeah. I don't know why they're absolutely covered in bloody copper slip, but they are. So, if you are on the south coast and work in a motorbike shop and recognise this motorbike, next time put a bloody cable tie around the fuel pump pressure regulator and you'll save all of this hassle. And go easy with the copper slip as well. Never mind. So yeah, that pressure regulator being out of that hole would allow fuel to go past the pump, and that would be a reason for why we didn't have fuel cut off. Right. Oh, that's it all back together again. So, moment of truth number 2. How does that sound? Yeah, that sounds a bit better. Right folks, that's this one done. So all back together again, as much as we're going to put it back together. If you look back at the start of the video, the seats were off it and the side panels were missing anyway. So anyway, most important thing is fuel pump primes, bike starts, and the bike now runs. So that's all good. So that's another one fixed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you again on the next video.